Hello everyone, hope you are doing good. So today we are supposed to be looking something to do about in QuickBooks. So just for recap reason, based on, from our previous class, we talk about something to do with the QuickBooks. And in our previous class, we were looking how to create a company. And I'm just going to go through it in a theory way so that we continue. So, a company or how to create a company file in QuickBooks, just click on the company file which is here, then you will see select new company. From the available options, start or select advanced option so that you can provide company information correctly from new company here. Then select advanced setup and provide company details as follows. Give company name, legal name, tax ID which is the KRA pin if you are in Kenya, street address, click next and select industry. Which industry do you want to create? Do you want to create a wholesaler, a distributor, or just a partnership? Do you want to create cooperation? It will depend on you who you want to create a company. So before I said for you to operate this QuickBook, you are supposed to familiarize yourself with each and every detail to do with QuickBooks. So to familiarize yourself with the QuickBooks, you're supposed to know where is the file. File is here. Then edit and the role they play in each of the following list. We have the accountant window, we have the company, we have sales, we have customers, we have vendors. Vendors are just like suppliers. Employees, if you're running a company where you have employees, you're supposed to be adding employees here. If that is not enough, you're supposed to be giving banking. There is a place for banking. So at that place, you're supposed to be giving report from your bank, like report center is here. Then we have window. Windows are each and every page you are supposed to be working. Are you supposed to be working from company? If you click on company, a new window will come to this phase, and that is how we're supposed to be familiarizing ourselves with QuickBooks. The next thing we're supposed to be looking is how to set or setting of a company. And we agreed for you to set, you come here to edit. For setting, you're supposed to be coming or correcting any information that you made when you are creating your company. So if you come to edit, then you come to preferences here. If you double click preferences, you are going to be given an information here. These are the information which you are supposed to be giving their information which you never included, like the setting. You're supposed to be setting again. You're supposed to be like item and inventory, multiple currencies. And I told you for multiple currency, when you choose a currency once, it will not be easy for you to correct that currency because you will be using the currency you've chosen as your base currency. So for basic setting, that is the process. You just click on edit, then you select preference the way I've shown you. Click on company preferences, which is here. This is my preferences. This is company preferences. Always you click company preferences if you have a company you're supposed to be providing. Then click on add new sales item. You can come here. Sales item is here. Then you're supposed to be adding new sales item. You're supposed to provide detail for the sales item as follows. You're supposed to give description, rate, taxable supplies, which is here taxable item, whether it is taxable or not taxable. Like here we have taxable item, we have non-taxable item. You give such information. Another way or another method for you to create or to edit your QuickBook setting, you're supposed to be using something to do with click on the list, then select item list. Like here you come to the list. Item list is in the accountant center. So you click accountant, then we have either accountant center, you will get the list. The full list are here. We have fixed item list. We have all these other list, but for favorable QuickBook an accountant who is supposed to be using QuickBooks so correctly, you're supposed to be coming to list, then you are going to get all the list you want. Like we have here list, then item list. So under this place, you're supposed to be clicking on list, then select item list, which we are supposed to be doing. And these are some of the items we have as far as the QuickBooks I'm using is concerned. So after that, you're supposed to go to the bottom of the list, which is here. Then you click the arrow downward. You will be given, do you want to add new list, or do you want to provide your new tax item? You just click on new, then you add. Click on new, then this information will be displayed on your list. So if you want to add a service, let's say that you want to add a service from this list in the QuickBooks. We have services, we have an inventory, we have other change, we have subtotal, we have groups, we have discount payment. So for a service, you click service, then you provide your details just the way they follow each other. Then after that you press OK. But for this reason, I don't want to add any item. Then if you want to add another one, you click next. If you want to only record one, you just click on that item or that service, then you press OK. Then you will find your service in the list. Another thing which you're supposed to be looking at was creating an account. For you to create an account, just click on the list here. After clicking the list, we have item list or charts over accounts. So you're supposed to be clicking on list, then click on charts over account. Charts over account is here. Click it. If you click it, these are the list of items you will add. But if you want to add an account, click on the account and select new. So your account is here, just down here below this place where the cursor is. This is accounts, this is activities, this is report. So click on accounts, then you have new, we have edit account, we have delete account, we have make account inactive. For this reason, if you want to add, you just click new, then you are going to add here. So what do you want to add? Let's say that you want to add an income or an expense, or you want to add banking. So a good example for demonstration purpose, let's say that you want to add an expense, and you click on that expense, then you click continue. If you click continue, this is the account name. So what is the account name? Let's say you want to add traveling expenses. Traveling expenses. Just write traveling expenses. Then you press OK. Description note, this one's leave. You can decide when to give tax, how much it is not taxable. But for this reason, you just leave. You are just creating account. You save and close. If you save and close, traveling expenses have come and it is lighted with a green color. So that is how you're supposed to be creating account. You just come to list, you have charts of accounts. You can also come to accountants. You still have charts of account there. So whichever you want to create your account with from, you can click there. So after creating account, last time we were talking about the recording of transaction, which I stated very well that for you to record transaction, we always record transaction from assets, expenses, income, and liabilities. That is for most reasons we are supposed to be recording transactions from that. And I stated very well. Here we always have the rules of double entry. As an accountant, you're supposed to be knowing the rules of double entry. You are supposed to know that if I have an asset and that an asset increases, you're supposed to be debiting that an asset, and the vice versa is true. If it decreases, you're supposed to be credited. If you have an expense always behave like an asset. Any increase of an expense, it will be debited. Any decrease of an expense is going to be credited. Income behave differently. from asset and expenses. So an increase in income, an increase in liability, and an increase in capital, all of them are supposed to be credited. And all income, liability, capital, if they decreases, you debit them. I don't want to stress too much because we had talked about that. So today we want to talk about how do we record suppliers transaction, and that is our main topic of today. All the other ones we were doing was just like a recap. So for today we are going to talk about suppliers transaction in QuickBooks. I know most of our people, like the students we have, they know how to record suppliers transaction from the LIFO, FIFO, which is the first in, first out, last in, last out, and the weighted average, that is in cost accounting. And here you are in a software called QuickBook, and you have been told, how can we record suppliers transaction? So to begin, for us to record suppliers transaction, we are supposed to start with this. Before I said vendors are suppliers. We have suppliers here and customers here. So we want to be recording customers and suppliers transaction. But for today, let's start with suppliers transaction. So for today, we are going to talk about suppliers transaction. How are we going to record suppliers transaction in QuickBooks? So to begin, these are the following methods you are supposed to be using, all the procedures, all the steps you're supposed to be using to record suppliers transaction in QuickBooks. You click on vendors, which is here. After clicking on vendors, click on vendor center. If you click on vendors, there is a vendor center. Then from there, add a vendor or a supplier. So this is the vendor center. We have new vendor here. We have transaction, or new transaction, print, Excel, and Word. So you want to add a new vendor, you just click new. Then we have new vendor. So at this point you can create any of a vendor, and we have agreed before that a vendor is just a supplier. So if you want to add any supplier, like you want to add a vendor name, which is here, Kenya Power, and Lightning Company, opening balance, you just put here. Then you have company name, which company you are supposed to be vendor, and the company name you can give the same name, full name from one of the employees you know from Kenya Power. You give, there is first name, there is last name, job title. If he or she is an accountant, you just click on accountant. You can put your his or her phone number here, then email, then you click OK. After keying all that detail, the vendor will be coming here, which is the supplier. And what does Kenya Power deal with? Kenya Power deal with supply of electricity and power. If that is not enough, you can talk about token. Some of them supply token to door, or they give the meter itself to their customers. So that is how we are supposed to be providing our customer transaction. We can give a good example with the, let's say we want to talk about Nairobi Beauty Market. That is a vendor. For you to add that, you come to new vendor, then you click new vendor, then you are going to have this information. So our new vendor is going to be Nairobi Beauty Market. So what does the company deal with? For here, you can even just highlight this and copy paste. Just highlight like this, copy, then you come here, paste. Then you have your Nairobi Beauty Market. Then you provide all that information you want to key in. So for that reason, that is the process of how to add a vendor.